Greg Ruff and Doug Novak along with you, and it's the final regular season home game here at the Fieldhouse at the end of your, close to the end of your first year as the head coach here. Does that bring up any thoughts for you?
Well, it just goes by so fast.
It does.
It really does, and seems like we were just having our first one just a little while ago.
I was going to say it feels like we just had the press conference to introduce you to it, and that's when we really got to know you a little bit, and we've learned a lot over the course. And what I've learned is you're a pretty good basketball coach.
I appreciate that.
And you're kind of funny too. You got some humor to you as well. Do you bring that out with your team?
Sometimes, and it takes a while for anybody. I mean, some of the stuff is quirky. Some of the stuff is like dad humor. Some of the stuff they're rolling their eyes. So it's like my daughters a little bit. And at first they don't know what to think of you or take. Like, is he serious? Is he not serious? And so, when some of those barriers start to go away, it's easier to have some of those conversations. But that's where you just can't skip steps.
Yeah.
Can't skip steps as a parent. I mean, it's it's not these monumental family meetings that make a difference. You thought they would. They don't.
Yes.
It's the day-to-day interactions, and unfortunately, sometimes they take some information that really wasn't that big of a deal, or you thought as a dad.
Yep.
Well, you said this. Yeah, but I didn't mean that one.
Yes.
And so, but again, it's all about time, and it's about consistency of your personality or your philosophy. And I think we've been able to develop that over time and trust each other and have some grace with each other as well.
I've seen that. I've actually seen that. I think it's funny. Like, you're one of those coaches that you and I will have phone conversations or text messages every once in a while, and around our wives, and so our wives get to hear stuff, and my wife was like, what is he coaching? Because we never talked about basketball.
Right.
And so it was just pretty funny. So I have used some of your humor with my family, and I think I got the same reaction that you did with your family.
Yeah, should have a warning label on some of that.
Yes. Well, same back there. So that's the neat part about this, isn't it? Because you've been a lot of different places. You get to know different people, and you know people from everywhere, from when you played to you coached and all that kind of stuff. And that's what this is really all about, right? Is just being able to have connections and all that kind of stuff, and then hopefully grow your team and your team has grown, hasn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. And why you start something isn't necessarily why you stay in something. So, like, I started coaching with some ideas, and I've been able to stay in it for some other things that I had no idea that were even out there. And those are relationships. And it's funny because I have some peer relationships, just a little bit older relationships. And then I have a young group of coaches, including my daughter, that we talk to quite a bit. And you get information from all of them, get wisdom from all of them. And sometimes that younger group of coaches, I get as much or more out of them than they do out of me, because the questions they're asking requires some deep thought, because sometimes the older you get, you're just doing stuff. And you know it works and you know it's sound, but you kind of forgot why you started in the first place. So it helps you to stay fresh in why you do what you do. And then I think our team has grown immensely. Like, again, what we started as and what we are becoming is night and day, and it's totally different. There was a piece of blank canvas in front of us, and we knew the framework of everything, and we're still a work in progress. And it's the art that's being created is fantastic. It's like the guy on PBS that used to do those things, and it's like, is that going to turn out to anything? Mm-hmm. I said, I don't see it. And all of a sudden he makes one little line, one little contrast in this beautiful lake cabin.
That would be Bob Ross.
That would be Bob Ross, and I knew that. And sometimes I try to set you up, and I was going to have to save you on that one because I didn't think you were going to come through.
I was there. Well, Bob and I have the same hair.
Yeah, without the perm.
Yes.
And hair.
One of the things that I've noticed, having done this a little while too, is like early in my career, people always talk about, well, the team becomes who the coach is. Takes on the personality of the coach and stuff like that. But the longer I've done this, the more I realize that is true. But it's also true that the coach is influenced by all the different people that they coach and their interactions, stuff like that. And the coaches learn as much as the athletes do, I think, over time.
Oh, without a doubt.
Learn from their players.
Yes.
Is what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, if you're paying attention and we're growing together, And again, it's a weird time in athletics because you're watching all these press conferences, and they sure feel like me versus you.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Too much of that, by the way.
Yeah, for me it is.
Yeah.
And it's me against them,
Yeah.
and it's like this fight. And as opposed to, like, we're on the same team, and when we get in that center circle, win or lose, if we lose, we lose together. If we win, we win together. And I always want to remind them, I'm on your team and I'm on your side. And even when I'm correcting you, because I've just seen it a little bit more, and I know you're 3 reps away. I know you're about a week away. So, but it doesn't feel very good to ever be corrected. And so the reminder that we're on the same team, how we talk to each other, that's a big deal to me, as opposed to I taught you the right way and you're not doing it, it's your fault. And so it's hard to grow when it's that way.
Yeah.
But maybe you're getting a new player every year, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
Well, but you can do something with, and you got a whole set of new players this year.
Right.
And quite frankly, you've done really well with them. And I as an alum of the university and someone who's been here a long time, I appreciate it. So
well, thank you. I think we've competed well. I think we're a fun product to watch as a fan, and I couldn't be prouder. And I told him, I said, I love coaching guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Doug Novak. We've got a chance to see them one more time, maybe a couple more times at the Fieldhouse, but for sure today they're going to play. Hope you'll stay with us and watch the broadcast. You're watching Trevecca basketball on Flow College.